Hi there, my name is Chris and I'm a registered dietitian. When you're diagnosed with PBC, it's natural to have questions about what foods to eat. PBC experts recommend patients with PBC to follow a healthy diet and to exercise regularly. As each person with PBC is different, there is no single diet that suits everyone. Here are some tips to help you determine what is the best healthy diet for you. Regular eating is an important aspect of healthy eating for any diet. Eating regularly makes it more likely that you'll get all the nutrients that your body needs. For most people, eating 3 meals a day with planned snacks as needed is recommended. If you struggle with appetite, it may be a good idea to have more smaller, frequent meals. If you struggle with excess weight, eating regularly can help with weight management by helping control hunger and portion sizes. Ask yourself, how many times do you eat in the day? The most common meal that people miss is breakfast. To get started with eating more regularly, consider having breakfast within the first 2 hours of waking up, keep meals within 5 hours of each other, and setting alarms to help remind you to eat. Eating balanced meals can help you get all the nutrients your body needs. Fortunately, the Canada's Food Guide is a great resource to help you understand what a balanced meal looks like. Canada's Food Guide uses the Eat Well plate to help you visualize what types of foods to include at meals and approximately how much of each you should aim to have. As you can see, to build a balanced plate, you should aim to have half of your plate to be made up of a variety of fiber-filled fruits and vegetables, 1/4 of your plate to be whole grains, and 1/4 of your plate to be healthy proteins. Snacks can also be balanced by choosing foods that are high in fiber and high in protein. Here are a couple examples that follow the balanced plate. Some combine meals like casseroles, soups, stews, and other dishes where the ingredients are mixed together may be more difficult to visualize and compare to the Canada's Food Guide. Remember, although it's important for most of your meals to be balanced, not every meal has to be perfect. Knowing what kinds of foods to include in your meals is important. However, without planning, making these healthy choices becomes difficult. Meal planning also helps us to make more of our meals at home, which can help us cut down on convenience or takeout foods, which in many cases are not well balanced and have high amounts of sodium or saturated fats. Meal planning starts with creating lists. One important list to start with is a weekly meal plan to help guide your choices throughout the week. You can use a calendar or an online template or make your own. Using Canada's Food Guide, think of meals that you enjoy and make sure to include the 3 different food groups. It's a good idea to start with dinner because often leftovers can be used for your lunch meals. Another list you can carry is a grocery shopping list. Your weekly meal plan can help start this list, but look around in your kitchen, pantry, and fridge to help. Ask yourself, are there any foods that you recently ran out of? Are there any foods that you're starting to run low on? These lists can be done on paper. However, if it's more convenient for you, you can use an app on your phone. Now that you have your list plan, you can practice better grocery shopping habits. When grocery shopping, follow these tips. Set a specific day to do your grocery shopping on. For most people, this is a day off or a weekend day. Next, when you are in the grocery store, make sure to remember your list and stick to it. Next, you want to limit the 3 P's, which are prepackaged, processed, and pickled. When you're in the grocery store, try to stick to the outer edges, as this is where more of the fresh produce is located. And lastly, you want to make sure you're doing some label reading. Spend some time to compare some products while you're in the grocery store to guide your choices. Some important things to look at include looking at the nutrition facts label, including the serving size, the calories, the fat, the fiber, the protein, sugar, sodium, and percentage daily value. Now let's go through an example of how label reading can help you make healthier nutrition choices while you're at the grocery store. Let's say, for example, you're going to make some soup later in the day and you need a chicken broth as the base. On the screen here, I have 2 different chicken broths that are very close to each other in the grocery store. without looking at the nutrition label, you could just grab one and end up purchasing it. However, I want to show that if you do a little bit of label reading, you can figure out which one might be the healthier choice. So on the left here, if we look at this nutrition facts label, this chicken broth here gives you about 920 milligrams of sodium per 1 cup. And on the right here, you'll see that this chicken broth gives you 115 milligrams of sodium per 1 cup. With that being in mind, we can kind of make the assumption then that this chicken broth here gives you almost 9 times less salt in comparison to this one. And in individuals with PBC, one of the important nutrition aspects is to limit the amount of added salt that we have in the diet. So if you're making a soup, choosing this chicken broth would be a lot better of a choice and better for your overall nutrition. Let's go through one more example. On the screen here, I have 2 different cereals that you can find in the grocery store. And upon quick comparison, one of the things that stands out to me when I read these nutrition facts label is that the cereal on the right gives you much more fiber compared to the cereal on the left. So for example, this cereal here gives you 11 grams of fiber per serving, whereas this cereal here gives you about 1 gram of fiber per serving. So based on a fiber perspective, if you're looking to improve the amount of fiber you're having on in the diet, well, then you can identify that if you buy this cereal, you'll get almost 10 times more fiber per serving in comparison, and that would be a healthier choice to make. Remember, there's no perfect diet for PBC, and some days will be better than others. The concept of healthy eating looks at the diet as a whole. It's important to focus on what you can do and make small changes when you can. I hope this video has given you some idea on some of the healthy habits that you can do for now. If you want more information, check out our PBC nutrition tip videos and talk to your dietitian for more ideas. Thanks for watching.